And we are back. Again, this is Durante Smith with theexpertprocess.com, with the Expert Process podcast, and all of the other things that are associated with the show, things that are associated with the online masterclass by the same name. But I wanted to take a quick moment. It is about 11 o'clock on a Monday night. It is a rainy, wet Monday night outside. But I wanted to share this with you guys. So, part of what this process is about is fighting through the tiredness, it's fighting through the long days. And also, when you are trying to do something bigger than yourself, trust me when I tell you, it gets hard. It really gets hard. And tonight is one of those hard nights. For example, as many of you know, I'm a single parent, and that in and of itself would be enough. But I'm also trying to instill in my daughter the notion, the idea, and the understanding that she can be an entrepreneur too, that she can learn how to make money and not be beholden to corporations, to someone else giving her whatever her wages are and that kind of thing. And I've started early. So she's had her checking account. Well, she had a bank account, savings account since she's 2 years old. She's had her checking account now for the last 2 years. She's 7, so she's had her checking account for the last 2 years. And now she has her own business. And what we did is we started her clothing line, which is Madison Lauren Apparel and Accessories, or Accessories and Apparel, I'm sorry. We started that back in October, I think, of last year, which is 2019. And now she has an online store, which is Shopify, which is Thrifty Little Diva. It's actually Thrifty Little Diva, or The Thrifty Little Diva at Shopify. Thrifty Little Diva at Shopify, or The Thrifty Little Diva at Shopify. I'm not 100% certain. I know it's the Thrifty Little Diva.me. And it's a long day, so I'm sorry for all that. I'll include that in the link or in the descriptions downstairs below the video. But the point I want to make is that even with her trying to be a young entrepreneur and me trying to push that, or I should say encourage her along the way. So a really good example of that is today after school. So she gets home about 4 o'clock. She has, on Mondays anyway, she has acting class at 4:30. So needless to say, we're kind of in a rush to get there after she gets out of school. And acting class is over around 5:30. I'm usually there to pick her up with traffic and everything, roughly about 5:45 or 6 o'clock. She had a couple of orders that came in yesterday and today that needed to get out. And these are orders of her scarf. And so we went to FedEx, stood in line, and we got the scarves out. And then she got the tracking numbers. Now, mind you, I don't want to use the word I make, but I allow her to do these things herself. So when we go into FedEx, we actually go up to the counter. I explain to her what she needs to do. And the lady at FedEx has a daughter, my daughter's age. And we've discussed it before, and she's really patient with Madison and helping her, walking her through the process, the things you have to do, accepting the shipping or accepting the addresses, stuff like that. And so I'm right behind her, making sure she does it, correctly and that kind of thing. And then we get home. Now, granted, she has homework. She also has, so her school, they have homework every night, but not only that, they also have online homework. So that's every day. Excuse me. And so what we do is we work on our homework. We also work on our online homework. And then this particular night, she also had to go to her Shopify account, and she had to enter in the tracking numbers for each of her customers. And then while we were there, we were tracking some of the other payments from other sales. So she tells me that she did not realize that being in business required that amount of work. She just thought you should sell the product and make the money. And she's asking me how much money has she made. And we're able to track that. And I'm explaining to her what really being in business is all about. It's not just, making money. it's not just making the sale. There's also everything that goes along with it. So after she posted the tracking numbers, she also has to record a video that she sends to each of her customers, thanking them personally for their for their support. And I think that goes a long way with people when you take the extra effort. I do that personally, but I'm instilling this in her because I want her to have the right values and whatnot, and becoming an entrepreneur and becoming a successful businesswoman and entrepreneur. And I said all that to say that I wanted to take this moment to share with you guys what this process is all about. It's not just it's not just all the glam and the glitz and the glory and making tons of money. And there are a lot of steps to get to that level of success, that level of security in whatever it is that you want to do. And so it's 11 o'clock on a Monday night. I'm flat out exhausted, but I want to share this video with you because I need you guys to understand that it's more to it than just than just all of the glitz and glam that and the fast cars and the nice big houses and all that. There's a lot more to it than that, and this is a part of that process. And I just wanted to encourage each of you that are in the throes of trying to be a successful business owner, but also the work-life balance of having a full-time job, also having your family or having children and whatnot that you have to provide for. Example, tonight I also had to make dinner. Tonight also the big game is on. The National College Championship game is on, which I haven't been able to catch very much of. I've been watching it on and off, but that's just the kind of thing, that's how it goes when you're a single parent, when you're a business person, when you have different things going on. So I want to encourage each of you just to say that we all go through it. We all experience that. We all get tired and we all feel that we need a break at some point. And just understand that, you can keep pressing forward and realize your visions too. So on that note, be encouraged and have a great 2020.